Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, April 14th and I started last night A Court of Thorns and Roses and I only got 46 pages in. So, obviously not that much. I don't really have any thoughts about it yet, but this is going to be my main focus in terms of reading for this week, and I'm very excited to read this series, especially to comment with my bestie because she has read I think the first 3 books, so I'm very excited to talk to her about it. But I'm also scared because I'm afraid it's gonna be like too romance heavy for me because I'm obviously more into the fantasy. So yeah, there's that. This is definitely gonna be my main focus this week. And then honestly, I don't know, there's like a horror book that I want to read soon-ish, which is called Jackal. And also, after I finish this, I might start my next physical book, which is also fantasy, and is called Best Served Cold, I think, which is one of the standalones in the First Law world, which, I love the first trilogy that I read in that world, so I am very excited to get into that book. And yeah, those are my very loose plans in terms of reading. And this week I'm very excited because it's a shorter work week. Like Friday is a holiday, so very excited about that. Because it's like the Easter Friday, which is called Good Friday, I think. And yeah, not gonna work, which is fantastic. And actually last year, the place where I work, the Thursday afternoon, they also said that people don't have to work. But actually, I think I did work because I had things to do. And this week I'm also gonna have things to do. Even if they let people off, on Thursday afternoon, I'm gonna still stay there because, once again, I do have things to do because I was planning out my week today and I'm gonna have to be there the whole day on Thursday. So there's that, but it is what it is. At least Friday is a holiday, which is very exciting. And next week, Friday is also a holiday. And then the week after, Thursday is a holiday. So, what fantastic 3 weeks. They sound great. So yeah, very excited actually for this week. And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say in this intro. I am going to obviously read some of this book today. I would like to at least get 1/3 in, which is page 130 something, I think. 137. So I would like to at least get here. Very doable if I, focus and don't lose track of time like I usually do. So yeah, I would like to do at least that today. And I mean, honestly, probably tonight. And I don't know when I will start my next book. Absolutely no idea, to be honest. But yeah, I will talk to you in a couple days, probably. And welcome to the vlog. Hello. So it's Friday, which is, as always, later than I meant to update you because I was debating. There was a pen. I was debating on whether to update the vlog on Wednesday or Thursday. And then I just thought, well, on Thursday I'm gonna be back home, so back at my parents' house, so I'll just update when I get there. But then I got here last night at 8 p.m. and I was so tired. I was dying, and so I just went to sleep and I slept from 8 p.m. to midnight. So, and then at midnight my mom was going to sleep, so I couldn't just be, talking loudly. So I did an update last night, but I'm here now and I finished ACOTAR last night. After I woke up at midnight, I finished ACOTAR, and then I watched the first episode of the third season of The Wheel of Time, because like the last episode came out I think yesterday, so I can just now binge the whole season. So I just watched the first episode because it was pretty late by the time I had finished this, because I still had like 100 pages to go. So, you know, and then like when I'm watching that show or like some others, I'm stopping like every 5 seconds to comment things with my friends. So it takes me like twice the time the episode actually would take to just watch normally. So, you know, it was pretty late. So I just watched the first episode, but I did really like it. So that's great. And I am planning on watching like the whole thing this weekend, hopefully. But yeah, I finished ACOTAR last night, and I don't think I talked about this book at all in this video, although I feel like most people know what this book is about. But basically, this is the first book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. I think the series has the same name as this book. Pretty sure. And yeah, we are following Feyre. And in the beginning of the book, she is in the woods and she kills a wolf. And then later, a couple days later, or at the same day, I don't know, a guy gets there, a Fae. And he is there to get like revenge on his friend who was killed, because that wolf that Feyre killed was actually not a wolf, it was a Fae. And so Feyre has two choices. She can either, you know, be killed by the Fae guy who got there, who's called Tamlin, or she can go like live with him in his estate, in his land. And so she goes with him, and then she hears like from Tamlin and Lucian, who's also there, like kind of works for Tamlin, about like a curse that is like affecting the magic, and they kind of like lost most of their magic, and there are like some creatures, like very dangerous creatures, that are like now roaming the woods and the land and all of that. And you know, they're trying to break that curse, or like she is also like gets invested in trying to figure out what's happening and breaking the curse. And yeah, I don't think I can say much more without spoiling. And it was okay. I liked it, but I didn't love it. And I mean, I certainly didn't like the romance at all, but also like I know the spoilers of the romance for this series, so it was definitely fine for me not to like it, basically. And yeah, the characters, I don't really love any of them either. So, you know, I was definitely like curious about the fantasy part and like the curse that was put on the magic, and also like the other creatures and like, you know, the mysteries of the fantasy part I was interested in, but the rest, like the characters, they were just okay to me. And I'm still like kind of debating between 3 or 3.5 stars, but I think I'm gonna settle on 3, because like I was comparing it to Red Rising, which I just also read pretty recently, and I gave it 3.5 stars because I felt very like just okay about it throughout the whole book, but then the ending I got like really into it, so I gave it 3.5 stars. But this one I just felt like meh about it throughout the entire book, so I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. But I still am gonna read the rest of the series regardless. So yeah, that's ACOTAR. And then I am 54% into Jackal, which is a horror book. And in this one we are following Liz, and she goes back to her hometown to go to her like best friend's wedding, and like her hometown is mostly like white people live there, so she as a Black woman never really felt like she really fit in or was like accepted in her hometown. So, you know, she doesn't love being back there, but she's going for her best friend's wedding anyway. And she, you know, while she's there, her best friend's daughter, called I think Caroline, she goes missing. And then we also learn about like another Black girl who went missing like some years before. And then, you know, Liz is trying to investigate, especially because, you know, her best friend's daughter disappeared. So, you know, she's invested in finding out what happened. And then as she starts to investigate, she learns that like every year, like around the same day, a Black girl goes missing. And there's like something in the woods that she herself, like she has had some experiences in the woods too, like seen some things. And like, I'm not entirely sure yet if this is something supernatural or if it's just, you know, a terrible human being. Like, I'm hoping it's supernatural, because I think that would be definitely more fun and, you know, less like real life where people are horrible. So, I'm hoping it's supernatural, but I don't know yet. But yeah, I'm liking it. This one also, like, I'm liking, but I'm not loving. Although I am liking it more than like ACOTAR, because it has a very creepy vibe, which I'm liking. And I also do like the main character here more than I like the main character in ACOTAR. And I'm just overall more invested, I feel like, in this one. So yeah, I do hope I can finish it also like during this weekend. I have, like I said, I'm just over halfway through, and yeah, I still have 3 days in the rest of this week. So I do think I might be able to finish it. And then I want to start Best Served Cold, which is one of the like standalone books in the First Law world. And like I've mentioned this in last week's vlog, and like I haven't been loving almost any book that I've been reading. Everything is being like 3 or 3.5 stars, and I don't know if it's me or if it's the books. And like if I don't love this book, I think I'm gonna realize that the problem is me, because I love the first 3 books, in like the first trilogy in this world. So I should love this book as well. If it's like the same vibe, the same world, I should love this book. And like I really hope that I do. And if I don't, I think the problem is me. And I don't want the problem to be me. So, I want to love books. I really want to love the books that I read. So I really, really hope that I love this. And like this one, I'm definitely liking more than, like I said, ACOTAR. But I'm also like not, obsessed with it. So yeah, we'll see. But these are both of the books that I'm going to be reading next. I don't know if I'm going to start this one like tonight or tomorrow, but for sure in the next couple of days. And yeah, that's it in terms of reading. In terms of other things, well, today is, like I said, Friday. It's a holiday, which is fantastic. And yesterday we actually had like cake at work. It was like the 51st birthday of like the place where we work, so they were giving out cake, which was really great. And I actually managed to leave earlier than I expected, because like from 1 p.m. we had like the day off, basically. Like we had the afternoon off. It was given to us, which was great. But also I had like a bunch of things that I need to do, and that it was like time points basically, so I couldn't just do them in any other day. So I had to do them yesterday. But I had like 6 protocols to do, and I basically managed to do all of them in the morning, like at the same time, to try to leave early. And I actually left at like 2:30, which was so much earlier than I expected to, just because I was doing everything at the same time. I mean, one of the things was like unfinished, but my supervisor said that she had to stay there until 4 like anyway, so she would just finish that up, which was fantastic. Very thankful. And yeah, that's it. And then I went back to my place and stayed there just like a while, relaxing, just like watching YouTube, talking to my friend while she watched the last episode of season 2 of The Wheel of Time, because she still hadn't watched season 2. And yeah, then I started season 3 last night, and I think she's gonna start season 3 today, because she doesn't want to watch before me, because she wants to comment with me. So like I'm the one who always has to suffer like watching while no one else has watched it. Although this time another friend of mine has already watched it, so I can talk about it with her, which is great. And yeah, I think that is everything. Like I said, I just got home, and then I was extremely tired, and I slept 4 hours, which was fantastic. And then I fell back asleep, I think at 5, and woke up at midday. So that was 7 hours. So in total, I slept like 11 hours. And like somehow I'm still like sleepy, and I feel so lazy. Maybe because I slept so much, but like, I needed the sleep. So yeah, those are the plans for now. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to, I don't think, I kind of have to film the stuff for like the intro and outro and like last update for the video for this book, because like then Sunday it's Easter and there are gonna be people in my house, so I cannot be doing that while there are other people in my house, so, and I'm supposed to be socializing, which is so fun. So yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow and like edit and do the whole thing, and hopefully read the other 2 books that I talked about. And I will try to talk to you either like tomorrow night or Sunday at some point whenever I have reading updates. But like ideally tomorrow night would be great because just like I said, Sunday is gonna be complicated. So I will talk to you hopefully tomorrow night. Hey, so I'm here. It's Saturday night. I mean, technically it's Sunday because it's 1:12 a.m., but I'm here and I have reading updates, but not as much or as many as I hoped I would. But I did finish Jackal last night and I did like it. I did like the reveal, like what was happening. It was fun. I mean, fun is certainly not the right word. It was traumatizing. It was awful, but it was a good reveal. I liked what it was, and like I already said, I like the main character. I like the story. I like the plot. I like the vibe. It had a really like creepy vibe that I enjoyed, and so yeah, I liked it. But still, I didn't love it. I think I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. It's like a high 3.5, but I don't think it's a 4. So yeah, and then today I started Best Served Cold, and I only got to page 44 because I got obsessed with the third season of The Wheel of Time, and I was just watching that, and I already finished it earlier today. So yeah, I really liked it. It was definitely my favorite season of the series, and like I was really shocked actually at the end because like some things that happened like differently from the books, and like I'm not saying that everything that has happened has been like the books because like it definitely hasn't, but I thought that like major things like the things that happened or didn't happen would be more similar to the books, and they weren't, and I was not prepared, especially for like one thing that happened. I was really not prepared, and it was sad and traumatizing, and I am not okay with it yet. So there's that, but I really, really liked it. And yeah, it was very fun time. I just got obsessed with it and I binged it. And so I didn't read as much as I would have otherwise. But yeah, also it made me really want to like reread the books. And like it always makes me want to reread the books, but like it's such a commitment that like I don't feel ready for. But at the same time, I just want to be in that world like forever right now. So yeah, it really made me want to reread the books. But I don't know if I'm ready for that because like there are so many, new books that I want to read that I don't know if I want to like reread 15 books, Like some of them, most of them are massive. So yeah, I want to. Like one of my friends says that like she really wants to read the books, and like I really want to reread the books because she hasn't read them, but like I obviously have. But yeah, I maybe I will. Who knows? But anyway, I started this, and I'm obviously not very far into it because this one is also pretty long, but like already I'm liking it. I'm liking the vibe like way more than any of the other things I've been reading. And like yeah, it already has like such a dark but funny like vibe, which is exactly the vibe of the like books of the First Law trilogy, and I absolutely love it. And so we are following a character whose name I obviously don't remember because I am terrible with names. Monza. So we're following Monza, and she is a mercenary, assassin, not entirely sure, but she's, something like that. And she works for a guy called, here we go again, he's called Orso, Grand Duke Orso. But she has like gained a lot of sort of fame, and like she's, loved by the people. And so he doesn't like that she has, this love of the people. Like, he literally says, they will cheer far louder for you, I think, that they ever for my own sons. They will cheer far louder even than they do for me, their rightful lord, to whom they owe so much. They will cheer, in fact, a little too loudly for my taste. And so he tries to have her killed, but she, actually survives, although she's like insanely, like badly injured. But like she's found by some guy who fixes her up, even though like she has like so many scars. Her body is like still so hurt and like so damaged and like will be permanently damaged. But now she wants revenge, and she wants revenge on the 7 people that were there and help with this attack on her, on trying to have her killed. And that's it. That's all I've read, and I guess that is the premise. But yeah, I'm really liking to be back in this world. We already had like one chapter from like a familiar character that was in the First Law trilogy, so that's also fun. I'm like I said, I'm liking the vibe. I'm liking to be back in this world, to this very dark, very grim, but also like it has such a fun, like the writing. It's like it's funny. It's very dark, but it's funny. Even like when she was being killed, like the way that something that was like written there tied to like the title of the chapter, or like prologue, I suppose, like it was so like incredibly dark and like horrible, but at the same time so funny. So yeah, like this is 100% my vibe, and I hope I love this book. And I am in a high fantasy mood, definitely, like with The Wheel of Time, so maybe this is like exactly what I need. So yeah, I hope I love this book. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna read any more of it tonight, because like I said, it's almost 1:20. It's pretty late, so that might not happen. But I certainly want to read more of it tomorrow. Although tomorrow, like I mentioned in my other update, there are gonna be people here. I'm not gonna have time like during the day, but at night after I go back to my place, I hope I will read some more of this book, because I'm already liking it. I'm already getting into it. I'm already getting invested in our main character and her revenge plan. So yeah, I'm excited to read more of this book. And yeah, that's it. Honestly, like all that I've done was like finish the other book, like Jackal, start this one, and just watch The Wheel of Time. That's all I've done. Like, other than just being home with my parents and like just doing stuff in the house. Like other than that, just The Wheel of Time, mostly The Wheel of Time, and reading a bit. So yeah, that's all I have to update, I think. So I am going to, like I said, read more of that book now that I don't have The Wheel of Time to watch, which honestly, it's sad. It's sad. But yeah, I will read more of that, and I will update you again on Monday to wrap up the vlog. Okay, so it's Monday. I'm here to wrap up the vlog, and I didn't read that much since I last talked to you. I did still read a little bit on Saturday, like before, I mean, not before going to bed, like I was in bed reading, but before sleeping, I read like maybe like 40 pages or something like that. And then last night I read some more, and I got to page 138, which is like the end of part 2. I'm just about to start part 3. So yeah, I didn't read that much, but I continue to really like it, to follow this character on her like revenge path, and the people that she is like sort of hiring to go along with her. And like she hired someone in part 1, and then in part 2 she hired 2 more people. So I'm wondering if she's gonna like keep hiring more and more people to her group like in every part, because that would certainly be fun. And yeah, I'm still really liking the vibe. I do really like the main character as well. She's really cool. So yeah, I'm having a good time for sure. But yeah, I really didn't read that much, because on Sunday yesterday, like I said, I didn't really have much time, because I was like socializing with my family and all that. So, obviously not as much time to read. And that was all that happened really since I last talked to you. Like, we just had like lunch and then like did all the things to prepare to come back here. We went to the beach, not to like, be on the beach, but to just like, especially because it was terrible weather. Like, today is better, and I think this week is not gonna rain anymore. Like, today was the last day with sort of bad weather, even though it wasn't really bad. I don't think it really rained. I mean, I think it rained like in the early morning because there were umbrellas like drying when I got to work. But like, since I left my house, it hasn't rained. So, and it's like pretty warm actually. Like, I'm really warm with this sweater on. But yeah, it was really bad weather. So we just like actually stayed in the car, just like, looking at the sea, I guess. And then went back home, and then came back here, and that was all really. So to give you a final update on what I read this week. So I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses, I read Jackal, and I started Best Served Cold, and that was 839 pages, which is like a bit less than like what I would, what would be ideal, but I'm still very happy with that. And like I already said, like, I just spent my time watching the last season of the latest season. I don't know if there are gonna be more seasons. I don't think it's confirmed yet, of The Wheel of Time. So, I still had a lot of fun. And yeah, that is it. That is everything for this weekly reading vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time. Bye!